How do we view death today? Well, we are taught in our educational systems that death is the process by which living creatures evolve into higher beings. That death filters out the impurities or imperfections in creatures. Man, being one of those creatures, has entered the top of the food chain through this process. This is an unfortunate description. That is the concept that through the consumption, the eating of other living creatures, and the natural elements ending a life, we become more evolved. My own personal sentiments are that death, disease, and calamities are not a catalyst to life, but a destroyer of it, and are not what birthed humanity. Animals do not turn into other animals. The concept that death improves life flies in the face of genetics and science. The whole concept is backed by a socio-political agenda. Is there any scientific validation for macroevolution? That is the concept of one animal turning into another through gradual changes. I will leave that up to your subjective research, but let me say, as a matter of fact, many scientists will tell you it is a fabrication, but any contradictory thought is not allowed in educational institutions, so you will never hear that voice in a science class. Your research has to be done in a subjective manner, and that will take a bit more diligence than going through what they're already telling you in the first place, which a lot of scientists disagree with. The people of Jesus' day knew that death was not natural. You might have heard the term being used today, natural death, but death is not the norm, nor should there be any death whatsoever. Death is the resulting effect of the fall of Adam and Eve. So we have a concept telling us that life improves through death, and that death is just part of the improvement process. Things that die do nourish a fallen world that needs to feed on living and dead things to survive. But this was never meant to be. The design God had in mind is not that things should go about in this manner. The concept rings true in one sense, since death entered the creation through the fall of Adam and Eve. Death feeds itself, but does not spawn life. Death is what we see, but is not what is meant to be.